Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
And today we are here to talk about Papal Eats.
Yes, we've already discussed things they drink, so let's discuss Pope's favorite foods.
There we go. So, popes are men just like us. Normally older, normally Italian, but they still eat food.
I mean, statistically likely Italian, but you know.
Especially for that 450-year stretch.
I still have to imagine someone had to look in the book and be like, is the Pope allowed not to be Italian?
Seriously. Like, is this legal? So, we start with our beloved Pope Leo, the American Pope. What's he known for?
Well, he was known for being an adventurous eater who believes in cleaning his plate.
Waste not, want not, I always say.
Good man.
When he was a kid, he liked candy, which apparently he still does.
Well, yeah.
However, much like...
He has a soul.
Yes, much like many American kids who end up becoming priests, he enjoyed playing mass with Necco wafers because, well, they just look so much like their communion. Tasty, multicolored communion.
But he also likes some really fun things, like the shy dog.
And deep dish pizza.
It's a whole salad, the Chicago dog, with a little bit of hot dog in it.
Well, which makes up for every salad in the Midwest that actually has no salad.
I know, it's great. But because he spent decades in Peru, he's also a big fan of Peruvian dishes like ceviche, which is a fish dish, a fish salad, and goat stew. Yum.
I believe we already established that it is not a fish salad because it does not contain, although it is meat and not vegetables, there is not mayo or cream of soup in it.
In the Peruvian definition of salad, the non-Midwestern definition of salad. I'm not saying it's right, I'm simply saying people do use the word differently elsewhere. The same way that most of the world insists on calling soccer football doesn't invalidate their use of the word football. They're wrong, but that's what they're trying their best.
I've heard from seeming legitimate sources that soccer actually was an acronym used first in England. So it's their fault we call it soccer.
Yeah, it's for association football, as opposed to rugby football. Or here, gridiron football. What about the late Pope Francis?
Well, Pope Francis liked a lot of foods you would expect someone from Argentina to like empanadas, sirloin steak, because Argentina's known for their steaks a bit.
Known for their steaks a bit.
They have a very healthy cowboy culture there.
They have their cowboys with their own cowboy name.
They have gauchos. And dulce de leche. And he also liked pizza. It's very humanizing knowing the Pope likes pizza.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although I think Pope Benedict is probably the one I could have more enjoyed a meal with.
Sure.
Well, because we're Midwesterners, and people from the Midwest are largely from places...
We love German food, even if we're not German.
We could have spent time with him in a beer garden.
Yeah.
It would have been ideal.
Oh. Especially given him being a theologian. I imagine a nice little semi-private section of the beer garden. We call it the theology corner. People enjoying beer and just talking about the faith.
That would be the best theology on tap room.
Yeah.
We'll be together with him in the heavenly beer garden. So he enjoyed the things you'd expect. German foods like sausage, salad. It doesn't qualify if this is real salad or vegetable salad.
I mean, it is sausage mixed together, so it counts even if it doesn't have mayo in Midwestern rules.
Bavarian potato pancakes and Christmas cookies.
Yes, because think of a Christmas cookie. Unless it is your own family's, like, you know, ethnic heritage or background, it's probably German.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ones that come in the little molds that you smush down.
German.
Eddie's heard of gingerbread.
German.
Half a dozen other things.
German. The Germans, for their many sins in the 20th century, have a very healthy food culture.
Also, there's the fact that the Victorians simply lied and said everything they just started doing was a tradition forever.
Yep.
So when Queen Victoria married the German Prince Albert, he brought German traditions, and they're like, "Oh, we've always had a Christmas tree. Oh, we've always done Christmas."
Well, Jess, you could make that a lot simpler. The Victorians lied.
Yes.
That's the end of the sentence.
A lie.
About whenever they spoke.
Especially about history.
How did you know I was lying?
History books would have been annotated with, "Dude, I just made this up. It was a dream."
But how did you know I was lying? Your lips were moving.
Now, St. John Paul II?
St. John Paul II was a good Polish boy. So he liked, I believe it's called kremowka,
Ooh.
which is a Polish cream puff, and of course,
That I like.
pierogi.
You have to have pierogi. And, of course, once a year, punchki.
Yeah,
We presume.
we would hope.
I don't know if it's those cream puffs or another traditional Polish food that they started calling it essentially after him because he liked it and he was the Pope.
Nice, nice, nice.
Pope John Paul the 23rd.
No,
No?
John the 23rd.
John
Oh, John.
the 21st.
You're right. There's no Paul.
We
My
may
apologies.
eventually get to John Paul the 23rd, but that'll be
It's
okay.
gonna take a
Pope
while.
John the 23rd, though, loved the good, healthy farm foods that he grew up with.
That's why he was so fat, because he loved good, healthy farm foods.
I mean, it's one thing when you're working in a farm all day. It's another thing when you have to write encyclopedia. It's like it's not the same level of work. You need less calories for that.
It's fair. It's totally fair.
So therefore, the fact that he loved eating polenta and casseuola, which in his area of Italy was a pork and cabbage dish,
Ooh.
and also he was the apostolic
Nuncio,
in France before being Pope. So he
which is a sweet gig.
also enjoyed a lot of French cheeses.
Yeah,
Because,
good work. Good work if you can get it.
Well, the wisdom of St. John the 23rd. They asked him how many people work in the Vatican. He immediately quipped, about half. And before he went to bed at night, Lord, it's your church. I'm going to bed. Smart man.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of places you could be an apostolic nuncio to. There are a few places where that's really kind of a place you want to get.
Do you want to be the apostolic nuncio to Uzbekistan? No offense to Uzbekistan. Or the apostolic nuncio to France?
Yeah.
there are different cultural issues for both ones, but what is known for their good cheese and nice weather?
For having wine at every meal?
I mean, I suppose if you had asthma, you'd hate France because
Sure.
I'm pretty sure they don't now smoke everywhere, but in anything that took place in the past, it was here.
Imagine if you get some really fantastic naan in Uzbekistan, though.
Let's hope so.
Or an equivalent dish.
Yes.
It's got a slightly different name.
Moving on.
We got Pope Gregory the
16th.
I love with popes you have to do math in your head based off of Roman numerals. Who enjoyed catching and eating his own fish.
He really took the fisherman part seriously.
I mean,
Then we have Pope Pius IV, who liked frog fried with garlic and parsley.
which sounds really tasty.
It could be.
It's like I hate to say it, but it's really like chicken. Frog legs are like little chicken wings. It's,
Okay. I've never had frog's legs.
Yeah.
All right, and Pope Urban the VIII
Yeah.
and Benedict X were both known as fig lovers. Like, to the point that this got into the info, so they must have really liked figs.
They're just sitting there on the throne. Oh, I love these figs.
I have to wonder, given the science of the day, if they made a ruling about eating figs during Lent, because technically to get the fruit, quite often there's a wasp that makes it so that, so figs aren't technically vegan or vegetarian.
Pope Paul II was thought to have died from eating 2 big melons. He was also known to like crabs, pies, fish, and salted pork.
Now, from everything I read,
He ate 2.
it was, people thought that he ate so much melon that it killed him. Like that one president who died from eating strawberries and cream. Not that like someone poisoned the melons. They're like, he just ate too much melon.
Okay.
We told him to stop. He said,
I'm the Pope.
I am the Pope.
See, he should have stuck to the salted pork. Much safer. Now, Pope Martin V's chef wrote down 74 recipes made for a variety of people visiting the Pope. It's the first surviving document we have on the papal kitchens. Kings enjoyed a spicy chicken soup. Lower level clergy were fed a bread and leek soup. No chicken for you guys.
But both soup. Just different level of soup.
And then oranges and cream were given to adulterers as it was thought to lower the libido. That would be a fascinating dinner. You're invited to dinner with the Pope, and he serves you peaches and cream. You're like, oranges and cream. You're like, oh, you've heard.
Yes.
I'm being judged by my dinner.
Yes, imagine having a dinner where they're all there.
Are being made public by use of my dinner.
Apparently, he also, like, I don't know how often this happened, because they also stated that along with adulterers, working women were given this food, where I'm like, how often do prostitutes eat at the Pope's table that you needed a dish for it?
I mean,
He was a Renaissance Pope, so maybe quite often.
Especially seems like you're judging him, because there were the various bad popes where it's like, yes, that was his mistress, no one said anything.
He's like, hey, I didn't say anything. I just served her this food.
All right, now we get to some fun stuff, though. Because Pope Martin IV is reported to have loved eels so much that Dante put him in purgatory for it.
I mean,
he had a disordered love of eel.
If you follow certain accounts that are online, like I know they were on Twitter and they're now on Blue Sky. That's like medieval eels or something. It just goes over the amount of church law and secular law was about
with eels.
who can have eels when and where. It was a big subject.
But he enjoyed cooking them himself, and it's said that he died from indigestion.
Unrelated to the eels, or maybe related. No one says.
Perhaps that was the one time somebody else cooked them.
This is why he was so insistent on doing it himself. Pope Pius II liked cacio cheese, which is a sheep's milk cheese from his home village.
Gregory the Great.
Cheese.
We know a lot about Gregory the Great.
We know
except for his food preferences, in which we only know that he loved cherries.
We know that he would have loved northern Michigan.
Yep.
He loved his cherries. Gelasius I gave crespel, my apologies for any mispronunciation, a type of Italian pancake to French pilgrims, resulting in the creation of the crepe.
Yes, and my favorite one that I looked up, because this is like, clearly this was written by a Victorian, because that's the only explanation for why someone would come up with something that is silly.
It's full of lies.
Is, according to an Italian book on the Pope's favorite foods, which like had a favorite food for everyone, Peter, besides enjoying fish and lamb, liked cordatella, which was a fried or stewed innard or offal dish that was like an Italian thing, but the other information for it being an Italian thing suggests that it wasn't a ancient Roman thing, but like was created centuries after St. Peter.
Look,
but it's probably based off of an early dish of you got to use the whole animal, so people would fry or stew it or something.
Yeah.
Well, and especially when you think about it, right? They're fishermen.
Yes, they ate
so
inexpensive
so they're gonna, but they're making all their money off of selling good fish. So what they're gonna be having is all the stuff that isn't fit for sale.
The leftovers,
the bad cuts. I don't know if fish offal is all usable, but
this isn't like fish innards. This is mammal innards. Like
no, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying those sorts of things will be the things that.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
the reason why head cheese is a farm dish is because all the rest of the parts of the pig kind of had to go to sale if they could.
This is how we make our living.
Yes. He probably enjoyed actually a lot of tasty dishes involving, what the
lesser cuts
of their day was fish collars, because for the longest time that was something that the fisherman or the butcher enjoyed, because it wasn't the fillet and it was close enough to the head, but it was actually like really good eating.
So we don't know what Pope Peter's dish was. We can't prove it wasn't this, so it could have been.
All we know, but what we do know is that, as you've already stated, all of the popes were men. Men eat
sometimes too many eels.
Sometimes too many eels, or too much melon.
Fatally too much melon.
But they were people.
Amen.
People eat. And typically when people eat, they have a favorite thing that they eat. So while we may not find out all of these answers until later on, and some of these answers we might not ever find out, but
I'm just
answers
imagining
are
up
all
in heaven
there.
all the people that were in the history books written as died from eating too much of this, being like, actually, I had this rare disease.
it both made me
swear it was a heart attack, not the cherries.
No. Actually, I had this rare disease. It both made me crave this particular food, and it also made me susceptible to illness from eating too much of this particular food.
Oh, during my lifetime, we didn't know about these things, so...
Apparently, I tiptoed along the line for a good portion of my life.
So, comment below on if you were Pope, what would be your favorite food?
Yes. That's a good one. I like that.
Give this episode a like, subscribe to our channel, continue to figure out how to comment above without conducting a search, and until next time,
Remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
share that love.